Hello, welcome back to Locator Gaming. I'm going to finally continue on playing role-player adventures. Had a little COVID breakout in the house, so it's been a while since I've been able to play games and record, but I want to get finished with role-player adventures, so I'm just going to get going here. So I've got Adventure 6, the map set up here. I got to finish up some stuff from Adventure 5 though, as far as like leveling up and stuff. So my current combat dice limit is 3. We got a bunch of experience, so I'm going to spend 8. So I've got 5 plus 3, I've got 8 here to raise the combat limit to 9. I think I was thinking about doing 2 combat dice limit levels. I might go another bonus play level, actually. Because I've got 9 here. That was 8. If I said 9 before, that one was 8. It would be 9 to do the combat dice limit. The bonus play limit would be... No, that one would be 10. Because it's your play limit plus your current bonus play limit is 5 plus 5. Because the bonus play limit helps in tests as well as combat. That leaves me with 2. I thought about getting another attribute score. I think I will go... I'll get another bonus play. So that's going to cost me 10. That leaves me with 2 that I'll just hold over. So 4 bonus play and 4 combat dice limit. I'm not even messing with the market. I should have set the market up before spending experience, but I'm not even going to mess with the market because I've only got 3 coins. Bonus play token is what I was waiting for there. So that's it for advancing. We escaped the prison, and we're like on our way, running away from the prison. So we've got this bog root demon is Adventure 6. There's only 2 encounter things here to kind of spin around and put out. We've got 1 backstory thing here for Newton, our frogkin. There are 2 potential backstory entries for Kieran, our centurion, and I'm pretty sure I keep saying that different. Kieran, I don't know. K-Iron, I don't know. But I think that I just want to get diving right in here. We got the demon map down, the Bogru demon map down. The XP's there, the gold is there. Oh, we got to place an XP on each of the lettered locations. So A, B, and C. Wow, the green screen doesn't like the cover of this book. Bonus tokens, we've got those. Place the 3 favor markers, we've got those. We do not have the title infected. We have our hands of cards. We've got our class cards face up. Encounters 1 and 2. Fill them. Okay, your adventure begins. When a rift opened over Subek Palace, King Terran leapt into another plane, and you are arrested for his murder. You've managed to break out of Kolbak prison, but word will spread quickly that a Kingslayer is on the loose. Construct guards are no doubt already on your trail, and last you heard, General Grick marched your old regiment in this direction. Your path brings you to a wide, marshy delta. A gigantic mangrove tree breaks the otherwise flat horizon. Its massive roots embrace several small islands known as Bogroot Swamp, home of the frogkin. You press forward into Bogroot, and the swamp grows increasingly humid, loud with the buzz of insects. Place a party marker on A and read entry A. Yeah, so if that tree is like over huge buildings and stuff, that is a massive, massive tree on the map there. Oh, it looks even cooler from the top down than I can see it. Of course, I'm getting a glare from one of my recording lights there on the map. Okay. A, Sandhill Village. So whenever we have the option to move to another location, we got to do the backstory entry. If there's no XP at this location, but there is, otherwise collect the XP. And continue reading. You arrive at a small Froghen village, and the residents swarm around you. They appear desperate for your help. An elder who introduces herself as Mugbok tells you that cultists came to Bogroot and imprisoned an infernal creature within the giant mangrove tree. Now a phantom of this creature torments everyone who travels the swamp's root paths. You come late, says Mugbok. The rest of the Kingsguard is already hopelessly lost in the swamp. We are afraid to venture beyond our shores. You must help us purify the tree. Brave the swamp and bring us back whatever you find. I can make a cleansing potion with the right ingredients. Mugbok walks you to the shore, which is crawling with starfish. She picks one out and hands it to you. For luck, she says. Reveal discovery card 68. Then we're going to have the option to use an item rest or move to another location. So we're going to do the backstory entry. Discovery card 68. Starfish. So it's a 0 fatigue item to use for luck, apparently. I like those 0 cost items. All right, so we will come back to that, and we got to go to the backstory book. So this backstory is devoted. Bogroot Demon, Sandhill Village. A young Frauken eyes you curiously as she passes through the swamp. You notice that she is cradling something in her hands. Looking closer, you recognize it as the egg of a Bogroot slug rat, a local delicacy. Though slug rats infest the local marshes, their nests are said to be hard to find. Kada, the healer, requested that you bring her one of these eggs. She needs it in order to brew the potion that could cure your son. It would be easier to simply steal the egg, but you could also ask the young Frogken where she found it. Perhaps there is a nest nearby. Well, we're not playing as someone who would steal, so we're going to ask the Frogken about the nest. We go to 6-3. Move your alignment marker 1 to the left. Okay, so we're completely lawful good now. It isn't very far, she explains, but I would be careful if I were you. Following the Frogken's directions through the swamp, you make your way to the nest. A slug rat mother hisses sharply as you approach her nest, but you're able to rush past her and manage to steal 3 eggs. Since you only need 1 for the potion, the others serve as your lunch. The taste is a bit strange, but it leaves you feeling fortified and refreshed. For the devoted player, return 4 stamina from your fatigue box to the supply. How would that even be possible? We're on location A. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, the game just started and we were just given the option to move to another location. That doesn't make any sense at all. Anyways, so we just got a little bit of story. No items or anything. Use an item, rest, or move to another location. Because I don't think these are optional to do. You have to kind of do it when it's time. There's no more green here. I had 2 XP left. I was just thinking maybe I should get some health with those 2 XP. How much does health cost again? 1 XP of current health is below 25. Yeah, you know what? Those 2 that I had left over, I'm just going to spend those on a health point for each character. So we're at 20 and 20. All right. Well, let's look at the starfish, since it doesn't cost anything. Mugbox looks at you skeptically. If I could fix your problem with the starfish, we wouldn't have any problems at all. She makes a sweeping gesture across the shore, which is crawling with creatures. Okay, use another item, rest, or move to another location. We don't have any other items. We don't need to rest. We just started. So we're just going to move to another location. So we'll probably have to come back to the village. Okay, so we're going to stop here at encounter 2. (6-2). If you have the keyword evade, which we do not. As you make your way across the route path, a group of construct guards surround you, weapons drawn. One construct steps forward and pulls a wanted poster from her bag. She consults the poster and looks you over. Confirmed, she says. Target reacquired. Prepare for transport back to Kullback. The other constructs approach you with manacles and chains. Make a run for it would be dexterity and charisma, or convince them they've mistaken you for someone else would be constitution and charisma. Well, my dexterity and constitution scores are the same, but I've got a ton of charisma on Newton. If we run for it, let's convince them they've mistaken you for someone else. So constitution and charisma. We go to 6-30. A couple of pages in. (6:30). You begin your speech, assuring the constructs that they have somehow mistaken you for a dangerous convict, but they have their orders. Skill check, Speechcraft 3. Mark this. That was 6:30. Okay. Speechcraft 3. We're up to a level 3 encounter here. Observation, persuasion, quickness, stealth. Of course, I would accidentally flip right past it. Speechcraft. So we need 3 purple, 3 green, and a white or blue. I can get some purple. I have a card. Now that I have all my cards, I have Banish. That gets me 2 purple dice. So I think I want to get 2 green. Because my dice limit here is 8, so I'm going to get a ton of dice. 2 green. I might just go random for the other 6. The odds are I'm going to pull a white, blue, at least another green, purple. Maybe I can change them around. I just don't want to get a whole bunch of fatigue. Should I get 1 purple? I mean, I get to pull 6 dice out of here. We'll see. I mean, this could be really dumb. 1, 2, 3. There's a purple, a white, and a blue. Not getting another... Well, I don't have the... I mean, I always forget that you can do 3 cubes of any color or of any attribute for another color. So I got another green. Okay, I probably will have to get those purples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this can probably be flipped. We got a purple 5 right away. That's good. 2, 3, 5. So that's not great. The red and the black aren't really doing anything for me. The white could probably be changed to something. So, do I have a double green manipulation? I do. That's awesome. Oh, so the green 2 can fill there. This spiked shield, double green manipulation. So that's 1 card play. So we'll take this 5 to a 4, this 3 to a 4. Now I guess we better just go ahead and get the 2 purple dice, right? With Banish, this is a spent card actually. Spent and spent. Purple. I just don't want to knock these when I roll dice in the tray. Purple and purple. 4 and a 5. Do I have a purple flip? That's a re-roll. So this is good. That can help bring the 4 down to a 3. I just need a purple flip. Decrease a black or purple die. Or no, that's increase. Sorry. My other one that's like that is an increase die. I don't think I have any purple manipulation on this side. Decrease a black or purple die by 1 or 2. There's a blue flip to flip the 1. Let's just get that out of the way because we're going to probably have to do that anyway. Where did it go? So negotiate is a blue or green flip. So we'll flip this to a 6, which takes care of that spot there. With this, I can manipulate that down. That'll be 2 card plays and 2 card plays. I've got 4 bonus plays. With 4 plays, I should be able to get this die. Well, you know what I should do, actually? Since this is a double manipulation card, I will play this leather pauldron, play any number of additional leather cards. This is a re-roll of a purple die. So that's my second card there. And it's another 4. But I have the decreased purple by 2 in here. Right? Okay, so. Yeah, here we go. Heavy crossbow is a decrease a black or purple die by 1 or 2. That takes a bonus play. You will decrease this one by 2, down to a 2. Then we'll use another bonus play here on this spent glaive card. I can decrease a die by 1 to a 3, and we're good. So, gain rewards. There's still only 2 XP on there. Return all the dice. That was a lot of dice. Cards from the discard pile. We got some spent cards. We do not need to flip the rest token, and we go back to the story. If you pass, they apologize and let you go. 6-43. You managed to confuse the constructs until they agree to let you go. Our apologies, citizen, they say to you. Please enjoy the rest of your day. Your skill with words has freed you this time, but you suspect that the constructs will not give up their search, and you still match the description of their query. If you're not careful, you're likely to end up ensnared in their trap again. Record the keyword evade. Remove this and any other encounter tokens remaining on the adventure map and place them face down in your token pool. Shuffle the tokens and starting near location A and proceeding clockwise around the map, fill each available encounter space with an encounter token from the pool. Okay, so this time, for this adventure, these tokens are not going away. So we start there. We have to record the keyword evade. Now we can rest, move to another location. Evade. So if we get that same one, 6-2 again, it will take us to a different entry. I should have said where I was going first. I mean, I was going into the giant mangrove, so. B. There's a bunch of entries here. If you have any of these keywords, we don't have those keywords. If there's no XP, go somewhere, but there is, so we take that and continue reading. You stand at the foot of the giant mangrove, which towers silently over you. Its many leaves rustle in the wind high above while you remain stuck in the oppressive swamp heat below. The trunk of the mangrove is as wide as a small village, but someone has tied a purple silk ribbon inscribed with silver runes around it. That's going to be a long ribbon. The Froghen villagers were awfully upset about this tree and said that some evil force had taken possession of it, but you don't see any signs of delivery. Perhaps the evil phantom lurks somewhere on the other side. We could walk around the base of the tree trunk and look for anything out of place, or examine the silk ribbon more closely. So Constitution and Wisdom is the walk around. We've spent our Constitution. Let's do Intelligence and Wisdom. B3. You look over the runes on the ribbon, studying them carefully, attempting to discern their meaning. If your starlit door favor is 3 or higher, each player adds 1 stamina to any of their attribute rows from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. Which it is. We're at 5. So, since this is supposed to be, what was it? Intelligence and Wisdom? Intelligence. Let's add an intelligence here. And I don't know, maybe a wisdom over here. Skill check, interpretation 2. Interpretation 2. 2 white, 2 blue, and a white or purple. 6 dice limit. We will probably rest after this. We've got 4 XP to spend. Let's get a white die. I don't think I have a lot of ways to get to blue, actually. So let's do a blue. Oh wait, I've got familiars that have blue in it. And white, actually. But I'm not going to risk it too much. I should probably get a second white because that last one there is a white. So I'll spend 1 from each and get another white. And now I get 3 random. Get my hand down in there to shake it up. Is this 3? 1, 2, 3, yes. Oh, look at all those whites. Oh boy. All right, we got a 2. Red 5's not doing anything for me. So this is going to take some manipulation. So what do I have for blue? I can flip a blue. That would make it the 2 of 5. That's not really that great. Could re-roll a white. Ancestral Blade will allow me to tick up the blue by 1. I could get Ice Bear is also blue and red. Do I have somebody over here for familiar? You know, I got to flip these or I'm going to lose count of how many cards I've played this encounter. Shadow Drake is black and blue. White and black. Okay, that's what I've got. Let's do this. I could spiked club the 5 down to a 4 and then change it to blue. I think I have a... It's on this side, the red to any color. Decrease a blue or green die, 1 or 2. Don't need to do that. Red to any color. Okay, so we're, whoopsie. First, we're just going to throw everything everywhere. Where did that card go? Spiked Club is a discard to a 4. Red to any color makes it blue. It's going to go there. Ancestral Blade to up a blue die to a 3. Now here's where I need to be thinking, because I clearly wasn't thinking before. If I flip, I've got 2 bonus plays left. I've got 1 normal play here and 2 bonus plays. So I got 3 cards that I can play. We've got Vampiric Skull, which I can manipulate a white die. I could flip a white die. Runic Pendant allows me to re-roll, but then that's more card plays from over here. What can I do over here? Spellbook allows me to manipulate a white die. So we're good. Okay, so Spellbook will be another normal play. And we will change this to, or wait, maybe, it doesn't really matter the order. So I will change the 2 to a 3. I was thinking about flipping it. So this 3 is just going to cover this white or purple spot. Then I got to use a bonus play here. And this is a spent card where it allows me also to manipulate a white die up or down. So that'll take the 3 to a 4. Okay, so we pass. That's 2 experience. We put all the dice back. These are just discards, and these were just discards. That's a spent card. Okay, so if we pass, you are able to read the runes. We go to B6. You recall the meaning of the runes and decipher them. This is an ancient holding spell that binds one physical form to another, and it's marked with the eye of the starlit door. A deep voice speaks from the air above you. Well deciphered. Not many of the frog people are able to read as well as you. You look upward and see a 7-foot-tall horned shadow smiling down at you. I'm impressed. The shadow waves its hand at you. You feel suddenly more powerful. Each player add 1 stamina to any one of your attribute rows, ignoring the usual limit. Where are we low? Constitution and also Constitution. Continue on B8. The shadow settles on the ground before you. I am Elsifor, he says, at your service. I'm afraid I've been bound to this tree by some horrible spell. I can't go anywhere the tree doesn't go, and so I've been passing the time by getting to know the locals. Anything you can do to liberate me would be appreciated. Actually, there's another small matter you might help me with. I'm having some trouble with a meddlesome woman at my new temple. The shadow sinks into the mangrove roots and is gone. Reveal Discovery Card 5 and place 1 XP on it. So this is going to be a location, since it's getting XP on it. Why would I want to help a demon? I guess maybe if I was going with playing Dragul. The Frauken Temple. That's location D, so when revealed, there is a story event there. I mean a backstory event. Now we use an item, rest, or move to another location. Well, let's use our starfish. because we can. So that's B68. Maybe I should have rested. You press your starfish to the bark of the giant mangrove and it holds on as well as it can. It's not a very good climber. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. We're gonna rest. I've got 5 fatigue in each of these. I think I'll only spend 1 XP. Green and red. Green is 4. Red is 3. Okay, so fill our attribute rows. 2, 1. Oh, that was exactly how many we needed to fill our attribute rows. We get our spent cards back. We didn't use... my class abilities are, maybe I just don't know how to use them right. I mean, I don't have a whole lot of scrolls. This class ability over here is for 1 bonus token. I can play as many scrolls as I want, but I'm sure that was plenty of time for everyone to read exactly what it said, right? But I don't have enough scrolls. I mean, that's a scroll. Let me just look at all my scrolls real quick. I've got 2. The 2 plus purple, and I get a random die out of the bag and set it to 6. That's what I've got. And this one is at the end of this round of combat, carry over all unused dice to the next round. Do not re-roll them. These do not count against the combat dice limit. I mean, I guess if I knew I had some cards that I could use in the next round to manipulate those dice some more, and I didn't want to use bonus plays. But I mean, I've seen way better class abilities than I think than the ones that I ended up with. All right, anyway. That's resting. I flipped that. That's back to full. Oh, bonus play tokens. All right. Use another item or move to, that's not even the right entry. Same thing though. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. I think we'll go down to the temple. I mean, if I go that way, I'm going to have to do the encounter, and I really don't want to run into these constructs. So I think there's obviously going to be another card here or something, because there's a trail that like goes nowhere. So we're going to move down to the temple, which is D. I feel like there's going to be a lot of backtracking in this scenario, or this, whatever you call it, adventure. If there's no XP, we go there. If there is, we collect it. Giant roots embrace the simple form of a stone temple. As you approach, you hear the sound of a hammer at work. You enter, passing through a low archway, and see a robed priest atop the statue of the Froghen god, Berglap, chipping away at the idol's face. A faithful devotee stands at the foot of the idol, begging her priest to put down his chisel. Elsifor appears in the air next to you. I know what you're thinking, and yes, it's odd behavior for a priest. I made him a deal. He could destroy the temple, or I could tell his little secret to everyone. It seems he'd rather keep his silence than his faith. The woman asks for your aid. She feels the priest can still be helped, but she cannot pull him down on her own. Elsifor's voice whispers in your ear, "Don't listen to this pest. Toss her into the swamp." So I'm playing this as we're not helping the demon, so we'll try to stop the priest. It's combat. We go to D2. After agreeing to help the woman, you work with her to pull the priest down from the idol. He desperately attempts to scramble back up, but the woman holds tight to his rope belt. The priest turns to fight. Elsifor's voice whispers in your ear, "What are you doing? Leave the poor man to his misery." So we're going to do combat against a crazed froghen. So he has the modifier Crazed, and he's a Froghen, which is enemy 12. Can't Newton, like, talk to him, Froghen to Froghen? There's a lot of green on here. So let's get our little book out of the way. 3 green 3s and then a blue or purple 3. Then we got to find Crazed in our modifiers. To play a weapon card, you must move 1 stamina from one of your attribute rows to your fatigue box. Ah, that's not that bad. Okay, our combat dice limit is now 4, so we need 3 greens. Can I get a green? Or can I just manipulate green? I mean, I have these cards that allow me to get any colored dice. I can turn green into any color. I think I'm gonna get 2 greens in this first round because it's a 4 damage, a 3 damage, and another 3 damage. So we'll get 2 greens. And then maybe go random for the other 2. Purple and blue is that last box. That's only 1 damage. Oh, this thing will take XP away as the thing advances. All right, combat dice limit 4, so we need 2 more. We get a red, blue, and a red. Well, red we can do a lot of stuff with, so that's actually kind of good. But I think those are weapons. Oh, look at that. 3, 3. This is a 6. So that's not that helpful. But we have our red to any color, right? Red to any color. That's not a weapon, that's a trait. So this is a blue die. Do I have a blue reroll? Got a blue flip. That takes it to a 1. That's not doing anything for me. Decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. Decrease. No. Oh, I've got my very specific Ice Bear reroll since it came out. So let's just do that. And we just ended up on the same side. We've got 2 card plays over here. I don't want to do get the purple in case. Could take it down to a 5 and then flip it or something. Black or purple. I got a lot of flipping. 5 to any color. I mean, I guess I could just take the experience point loss and the damage. But I've got 2 cards I can play. It seems silly. Move a card from your discard. No. Return a skill or trait card. This is only once per. Return a skill or trait card from your hand to the deck. Oh yeah. But that gets rid of a card. I mean, if there's a card I guess I don't really want anymore. Any color die to a 5. Any color die to a 5. A flip would take it to a 2. And then manipulate it up. Is Ancestral Blade, that's just a discard, right? Sure, any color die to a 5, so from a 6 to a 5. Then I've got a flip in here somewhere. It's a red flip, so from a 5 to a 2. And then we'll use 1. I guess the red is also. Oh, that's a weapon though. Did I use a weapon? So far I have not used a weapon. We'll do it over here. These are both discards. So I got to take something. We'll go with a wisdom. To use the weapon, the spiked club is a manipulate a red die up or down. So we'll take it to a 3. And it also counts as a blue die, 3. And that was a bonus play. All right. 1 round win there. Rewards is a gold and an XP. I've been short on gold. Clean up the dice. Discards back to hand. Flip the spent ones over. So I can count correctly in the future. Flip the rest token over. Let's keep our enemies that I'll have to put back in order over there in between episodes later. You bring him to his senses, D4. You best a Froghen priest in battle and he finally gives in. As his hammer and chisel clatter to the floor, the faithful Froghen woman takes his hand and leads him away. As they go, you overhear her tell him, "You'll need to let the truth come out." When they are gone, Elsephor appears at your side. "Well, that was a horrible display," he says. "I expect better of you in the future." Reveal title card 48. We have not yet had a move to another location thing, so we can't do that yet. But anyways, reveal title card 48. So this is going to be something like Elsephor is pissed at you or something. Triumph of the Faithful. I guess not. At a humble Frauken Temple, you met a priest corrupted by the demon Elsephor. A faithful Frauken woman rescued him, and Elsephor was upset with you. It says he's upset, so. There's a lot of titles in here. Continue D8. I'll be honest, says Elsephor. I'm still getting to know you, and I don't know if I can trust you yet. I took a peek at your past and saw that you were a member of the Kingsguard, wrongfully imprisoned and escaped from Kolbak. All this feels very promising, but what I need to know is how you'll respond to your fellow soldiers. Reveal discovery cards 12 and 34 and place XP on each. $34 and 12. Kingsguard Camp goes in 4 circle. Here. Ooh, there's another thing there. And 1 star. There's another one there too. Oh crap. Oh, here we go. Place encounter tokens 3 and 4 in a group on the table to create a token pool. Flip the encounters in the pool face down and shuffle them. Place 1 encounter token face down in each of the newly revealed encounter spaces. Okay. General Grick and your other so-called friends in the Kingsguard came here to kill me, but they couldn't figure out how to get me out of this tree. Most of them are camped to the west with something precious. A few soldiers went on a scouting mission. I've got them playing a little game in the old market to the east. If your entire party is exhausted, mark the death track, but we're not. So now we can use an item, rest, or move to another location. So now we got to go to our backstory book, and one of these things that got revealed, F, so we got to add, we'll just move that over there when it's time. But this one is D. So this is the street urchin backstory. QRS. Street urchin. Bog-root demon. Elsephor glances at you and smiles. Field trip, he shouts, and then he snaps his fingers. You find yourself transported back to the woodland orphanage. Headmaster Rains, many years older now, is still running the place. You watch as he slaps the hand of a young orphan with a switch to prevent him from taking a second piece of bread. They can't see us, Elsephor explains. Here's your choice. I can either extend Headmaster Rain's life, giving him many more years to make these children miserable, or I can kill him right here and now, but that will leave these children homeless. The headmaster smacks a second orphan over the head with his hand. Kill him or extend his life. Wow, this is a tough decision. So should they be homeless? Or suffer with him longer? I mean, at least they're getting some food and shelter. Wow, this is a hard choice. I think I'll extend his life. I don't want them to be out on the street with no food or shelter. So 6-3. Street Urchin player, move your alignment marker up, which I can't. Elsephor snaps his fingers. For a moment, the headmaster stares in your direction as if he can see you. Then he shakes his head and gets back to work. As much as you may have been tempted to seek revenge against Rains, allowing him to live seemed the wiser course of action. You survived the woodland orphanage, and these children will too. I fixed his heart, Elsephor explains. He should be around to torment young orphans for many years to come. When he snaps his fingers a second time, you find yourself back in the Froghen Temple. Street Urchin player, record the personal title Healer. And then increase your wisdom attribute score by 1 and add 1 stamina to your wisdom attribute row from the supply. Cool. So that becomes a 4, and we get to add 1. And then I need to move this because now my other story is over here because it's been revealed. So we've got our normal choices of use an item, move, rest, or whichever. Well, I might as well try our starfish. Its starfish crawl around on the rubble that fell from the face of the Froghen god. It seems to enjoy running its many tiny feet over the god's eyes. The idol's mouth on the floor speaks. This does not please me, he says. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. Well, let's go to... We don't have a lot of gold, and I want to do some things that maybe we'll get some more gold if we can. I don't even know if we will. Before we go to the abandoned market. So let's go here to the Kingsguard Camp. They might not be too happy to see us, actually, since we're fugitives. That's fine. We're going to go there, but we have to stop at that thing first. So we got to switch books and find out which number this is. This is number 3. So 6-3. If you have the title Haunted, okay, I don't think so. No haunted. We would go one place, but we don't, so we go here. You walk over the gnarled root path, suffering through buzzing bugs and horrendous heat. Elsephore's shadow floats beside you, carrying on about the intricacies of inter-city-state politics among the Dragul. The root path dips low and runs almost level with the water for a few hundred yards, and you can see massive armored Froghen, one of the elite warriors known as bullfrogs. He wields a gigantic battle axe and floats your way on a surprisingly sturdy lily pad. Bye now, says Elsephor, sinking into the root. The Froghen warrior appears angry with you. You there, he croaks. You traitor! I saw you consorting with the vile shadow. You're a friend to verminkind and foe to the Froghen. What have you done with the basin of Berglap? He is aggravated and looks to be preparing to jump from his lily pad to the root path. Draw weapons and prepare for his advance as combat, or welcome him and appeal to his wisdom. I like doing the talking stuff. That's going to be a wisdom and charisma. And I just got another wisdom, and we've got tons of charisma here. We're good at charisma on our frogkin. And it's a frogkin, you know, frogkin to frogkin. Let's chat. Work it out, bro. The bullfrog is taken off guard by your welcoming tone. It appears you've created an opportunity to speak to him sensibly. If any player has the Basin of Burglap object card, we would go to one thing. Otherwise, we go somewhere else. We do not. We just have a starfish. 6-24. After a brief conversation, you understand that the bullfrog is looking for a metal bowl stolen by a ratfolk woman and her kin. You offer him everything you know about missing bowls, ratfolk schemes, and the finer points of tracking down stolen goods. This is a Charm 2 skill check. Two purple, 2 white, and a white or green. 6 dice. I think we'll get 1 white and 1 purple. Maybe we should get 2 white. We'll go random. I think we'll be okay. I think I have a card that I can change stuff into white. I better get another purple, I guess, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's a dice limit of 6, right? Yes. So we'll need to, looks like, change something into white. Well, we can flip this. 6 and a 2. We've got a double purple manipulation, so we might as well just get that out of the way. It's a spent card. Our glaive can manipulate 2 purple dice. 6 to a 5. 2 to a 3. Okay, we're done with that. I can change something to white with a card in here somewhere. Decrease a black or purple die by 1 or 2. Do I have a card that I can change stuff into green? I don't think so. I could change a 5 to any. Why would I need to do that? I wouldn't need to do that. If I it's a white reroll. Decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. So let me think about this. If I decreased this blue die, so if I put this here, if I decrease this blue die by 2, changed it to white, and then flipped this white, then I'd be good. And I've got Vampiric Skull to do the flip. So we'll put that out as an option. And I know it's in here somewhere. Decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. So let's decrease this blue die by 2 from a 3 to a 1. So that's Sling. Now we're going to use Steadfast to change any die into a white die. That would go there. We're just going to call that as going there. So I'd have to use a bonus play to play Vampiric Skull. I know I have a decrease white, but do I have a flip white over here? That's my decrease white. I don't think I have a flip. No flip. So we'd have to use a bonus play to do Vampiric Skull to flip the 5 to a 2. Now, before I finish, I've got a free card play over here. Is there anything I want to get rid of? Move a card from your discard space. No, that's pretty good. Because this one I can return a skill or trait card from your hand to the deck. Gain 2 gold and 4 XP. So it would have to be a skill or trait. Spend 1 stamina from one of your attribute rows. No, that's a good one. Add a die of your... No, that's a good one. That's a good one. Add 2 stamina to one of your attribute rows from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. This seems like a good card, but I almost want the gold and the XP more. So I have a free card play, right? So I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Dreamstone. Return a skill or trait card from your hand to the deck. Gain 2 gold and 4 XP. So this card is now done for the mission or the adventure. Out of here. Emboldened is gone. Back to, this is a rare card. That's okay. Is it though? We shall see. Later on I might be like, man, I really wish I had that card. And it was 2 gold and 4 XP. I want that gold because in case there's going to be like stuff for sale at this market back here. Anyways, so we did the skill check. That's already flipped. These go in here. Discards go back. All right, if you pass, he thanks you for your advice. 6-25. The bullfrog listens intently to your talk, and when you finished, he thanks you for your wisdom and then drifts away on his lily pad. We can rest or move to the next location on our path. So, I think I'm going to rest. I'd like to get my, at a minimum, my bonus play tokens back. I'm only going to spend 1 XP though, because I think we're okay on fatigue at the moment. So red and green. That's not green. Oh boy. 4 and 1. We need 2 there, 2 there. 1, 2. 2, only 1, 3. I probably had too many over there. I probably didn't fix that the last time I rested from when I got a bonus thing, but it didn't come into play. So that has to get flipped. We'll get our cards back. Bonus plays back. And this is out of the way. So now we move on to F. Kingsguard Camp. If there's no XP, we do that. Otherwise, collect it. The Kingsguard Camp is an eerie sight. The orcish General Grick and his soldiers stand staring skyward, all fixed in place. The form of a gigantic worm made of ice towers over Grick and his soldiers. It too is frozen in place. An unattended cooking fire still crackles in the center of the camp. If any player has the Eye of Ulos artifact card. Eye of Ulos. Banished domestic. Cursed Raven, favored, vibrant, confident, honorable, fiend of confinement. Eye of Ulos. Kind of sounds familiar. That's like the problem with it being a long time in between playing. And this is like a Dreamstone or something. It's not the Eye of Ulos. We do not have that artifact card. Otherwise F3. Elsifor explains the scene to you. When your cloaked countrymen bound me to this awful tree, they exposed a trinket and opened a rift to the frosty plain of Ictel. This friendly creature fell right through and attacked an otherwise boring collection of soldiers. I thought it would be best to hold them in place until you got here. Elsifor floats across the camp to a sword with a red metal hilt lodged firmly into a root stump. Recognize it? Elsifor asks. It's the sword of the Immortal Knight, a sacred treasure to Nalos and a fine blade as well. The shadow snaps his fingers. Instantly, the whole camp comes to life and scrambles to defend themselves as the ice worm opens its face, revealing a carnivorous maw full of jagged fangs. Elsifor floats over to you and watches you with interest. What will you do? Help the troops fight off the icy worm, or help yourself to the sword while they are distracted? The way I've been role-playing it, we would fight the creature. You charge to the defense of the Kingsguard. Elsifor shrugs. Oh well, he says. Good luck, I suppose. As you head into battle, another member of the Kingsguard takes up the ancient blade and charges toward the beast. He is immediately lifted up by its icy jaws and thrown deep into the swamp. If you're playing a legendary mode, add the gigantic modifier card to this combat, but we're not, so we're going to do combat against an ice worm. 20, enemy 29. With no modifiers. Enemy 29. Okay. It's not too much damage on there, but there are 6 spots to cover. So this is likely not going to be a one and done. 2 blue, a red, 2 white, and a black or purple. Unfortunately, blue and white are on our guy that didn't get to heal very much. We can get white over here also, though. So let's get 2 for a white. I think we got to go for 2 blue. Kind of loading up over here, so we're at 9 out of our 20. We only get 1 more die. Red is another sore spot. We have some familiars that we can play cards to get out, right? I think I'll just go random with the last one. Okay, we got red. Well, we got quite a bit of 6s. That's good. That's good. It'd be great if we could make this a 5. And we have an any color to a 5 in here. Oh, right here, Onyx Cube. We're going to do that. Any color to a 5. So this white will become a 5. We'll cover up this 2 damage spot. Now then. What to do with you, blue? Because that is a 3 damage spot right there. I have a blue familiar. That I could get out. Decrease a blue die by 1 or 2. At a 6 isn't really doing it for me. If I decreased it by 2, it would be to a 4. Well, here we go. I can flip it. So we'll just negotiate to flip it to a 1. And then I'm going to Ancestral Blade to increase it by 1 to a 2. So now the question is, should I get, because I got a free card play here, right? This seems like a good idea. I'll get Cursed Raven out. It's a black and white die because black can go here and white can go there. So that's my other card play. And we will find the familiar in here. We got a 4. So I think it's worth it to do a bonus play. Spellbook. This can impact a white die to increase it to a 5 to cover that spot there. And then that takes a bonus play. We will go into round 2. So we take a damage each. So I'm just going to clear this, and it goes to 10. And we'll clear these and take it to 5. Then we lose 2 XP, which is a bummer. Apply the round track effect. We did that. Return remaining dice. There are no remaining dice. Sort of new round of combat. Build the dice pool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend 2 here to get a purple out. And then I'm just going to go 3 random. One, 2, 3. Oh, look at that. Oh, these are all the colors we need too. And that's it. Done. Gain rewards for all the covered spots. So that's 3 XP. So we net 1 from that encounter because we lost 2 from that. Return the dice. Discarded cards. And the worm, I will put you back in order in between. We're going to flip the rest token. All right. And we were here. Victory. You slay the beast and must face the king's guard. Oh. F8. You slay the ice worm, and the remaining members of the king's guard gather around you. General Grick steps forward with his axe shouldered. You can tell that he and his soldiers recognize you from your meeting near Black Lake, and you're getting a sinking feeling in the pit of your stomach. If the news of your trial and escape from Kolbak has reached Bog Root, you're about to be caught. But General Grick gives you a hard punch to the chest, the traditional orc expression of gratitude. You have done well, he says. My compliments to Zalek for sending you to us. Perhaps you'll have better luck in this rotten swamp than we have. Grick explains that he and his soldiers must move north into the abandoned lands. He orders you to remain and chase Elsafor out of Bog Root. Grick's opinion will likely change once he learns of your alleged crime, but for now, as he leaves with his soldiers, you've escaped justice and retain his trust. Reveal title card 52. Grick's soldier. You helped General Grick and his soldiers fight off the ice worm, thus earning his favor. At the time, Grick did not know that you were fugitives from Kolbak and were wanted for the death of your king. I mean, even if he did know, I mean, come on, man. We just fought off a big ice dragon thingamajigger. Continue to F10. You're now alone on this small island among the roots of the giant mangrove. The cooking fire still smolders. Its coals glow brightly. If your entire party is exhausted, mark the death track. It's not. We can use an item, rest, move to another location. So since move to another location is an option, we have to go to our little backstory thing. So this is Mentor. Adventure 6 in Mentor. Adventure 6. As the general soldiers moved to break camp, you were surprised to see Kotepi, your mentor Daswalti's daughter, still carrying the black blade her father gave her on his deathbed. When you call out to her, she spins, and her spirit-cursed sword is raised at the ready. I knew you'd come eventually, she hisses. You always wanted Heart's Blood, but he gave it to me. You remember her father telling you of the dangerous curse that empowers the sword with every spirit it defeats. As she slices at you, it seems like she may already be in its thrall. Do you know why I learned the sword? She asks as your blades clash. Because my father only had love for his greatest students, like you. Her raging is punctuated by wild swings driven by the fury and intensity of magical strength. The rubies in the sword's pommel flash as she draws on its power. Her eyes bulge, and their blood vessels flood with red as the sword drives her forward. You parry, then parry again, barely holding back each blow. There may be no way out except the blood her sword demands. One way or another. Try to save Kotepi from the curse by disarming her, or fight back against Kotepi's onslaught. Let's try to disarm her. 6-2. Move your alignment marker to the left. We can't. You wait for your moment, and finally it comes. With a deft stroke, you slash the back of Kotepi's hand. Her fingers spring open in pain, sending Heart's Blood skittering across the ground. No, she shrieks. As you walk over to pick it up, but as you take it, her expression becomes grim. I wish he'd never given that blasted thing to me. He thought I needed the sword, but I don't, and now I'll be able to prove it. As you hold Heart's Blood, you feel the burden of its curse settle onto your spirit. You hope that you can resist falling prey to its curse. Reveal rare card 72 and add it to the mentor player's hand, and then we can use an item rest or move to another location. 72. Each player adds 1 stamina to their strength attribute row from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. So this would be good when we have like one of those situations where there's an extra card play. We can just get a free strength. I wonder if this card works on the other player's cards. Like if I could ditch cards from this hand also. So now we can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Let's use our starfish because it's free. You set the starfish near the smoldering campfire. It crawls away. Bog root is already hot enough without sitting next to burning coals. Okay. There's nothing else we can do here unless we want it to rest. Ooh, you know what? I built up a lot of stamina, a lot of fatigue, I mean. I'm going to rest and I'm going to move over to the market. Ancient Observatory. All right. So let's rest. Let's flip this with 10 and 7. I think I'm going to spend 2 XP. And I'll just go one at a time. Over here, 9. And over here, 5. Bonus play, back. We got to get our stuff back in our rows. 2, 3, 4. All right, now I'm going to move. I think that's everything from resting. Yeah, but we got to stop at this encounter here, which is going to be 4. -4. If you have the title Troll Slayer or both of the Rogue's Accomplice and Troll Foe, I don't think we're enemies of the trolls. No, we're troll ally. We do have rogue's accomplice, but we're troll ally. So we don't go to that other story. The heart of Bogroot Swamp is so punishing that you climb off the root path and down to the water to cool off. You find a muddy embankment where strange clothes lie scattered about. They are thickly made like winter garb for mountain dwellers, but made of a fabric unfamiliar to you. Following the trail of this strange, discarded clothing, you find an orange-skinned creature, stripped nearly bare, with several roaming eye stalks, lying on the muddy ground, gasping for breath. The creature speaks gibberish to you at first. Then it produces a mechanical box from its belt, which speaks. "Too hot," says the box. "Must go home." If you have item 66 next to the party journal, we would read one thing. We don't, we have 68. Otherwise, read 6-1? That doesn't make sense. Is this, does this have errata? I should have looked at this. Before. Because 6-1 is the encounter number 1. Rulebook FAQ version 2.1. Storybook, Tome of Encounters. The final choice indicator of entry 6-4 should read, yes, 6-14. That makes a lot more sense. You look at the overheated creature and then at the water just a few feet away. You wonder why it doesn't just move to the swamp to cool itself. Something about its behavior, its strange discarded clothes, and its speaking machine make you uncertain about the creature's motives. You notice its equipment lying nearby, open but unattended. Perhaps something in its pack might give you an idea of where it came from and what it needs. Try helping it into the water or search through its gear. Is a combat. The water. 35. You roll the strange creature over a few times toward the waterline. Once in the water, the creature seems much happier. In fact, it looks right at home. It speaks, but you don't understand. Its box translates. So strange, it's almost like flying. The creature's many limbs seem to make it a natural swimmer. It dives and spins. It races and twirls. It lazily paddles along the surface. And all the while it makes odd hoots of joy. After its reverie, it paddles your way to thank you. "You have saved me," translates its box. "I thank you." Then it grabs its pack and swims off into the swamp. Reveal title card 51. Title card 51. Ice World Ambassador. Okay, interesting. Then we rest or move to the next location on the path. All right. Ice World Ambassador. After finding a strange, exhausted traveler in the swamp, you led him to water and he swam away happily. Somewhere in the waters of Ulos swims an otherworldly fish who owes you a favor. See this picture of this thing? Bunch of weird eye stalks on its head. We move along to E. Abandoned Market. If you either have the titles Despised by Demon or Elsephor's Banisher, we'd read one thing. We don't. If there's no XP at this location, but there is, otherwise collect the XP and continue reading. In the center of the abandoned marketplace, 3 Kingsguard soldiers battle each other. 4 already lay dead nearby. A bottle of blue fluid rests on the ground in the middle of the fray. Elsephor appears beside you, looking pleased. "I poisoned them all, but provided only enough antidote for one," he says. 2 were noble enough to take their own lives immediately. 2 more died in battle, and now this. He nods to the remaining 3, who point their swords at each other while clutching their own bellies in pain. "Here's a secret," says the shadow. "The poison only makes you sick if you do violence against an ally. Do nothing and you'll feel just fine. So here's your test. You can stay here with me and watch them die, or you can play the fool and try to reason with them. Or we're going to try to reason with them. E2. You step into the fray and do your best to appeal to the wisdom of the remaining king's guards. You explain the situation to them. A wicked shadow tricked them. The poison only hurts them because they hurt each other. And if they lay down arms, they will all survive. They look at you suspiciously. They're too dumb, calls Elsephor to you. You're wasting your time. If your king's favor is 3 or higher, each player adds 1 stamina to any of their attribute rows from the supply, ignoring the usual limit. Okay, we're going to do Persuasion 2. We are on this one here. Persuasion 2. Persuasion. It's purple, red, white, and blue. Oh yeah, we get to add something. What do I think we're gonna need? We take a purple and a red. We can get red and purple. I'm gonna go with blue here, so I can get blue. And I'll just go with red here so I can get it. I'll get a red. So we'll get a red and a blue to maybe work there, I guess. I can get purple. 2 purples with 1 card play. So I'm just going to go random with the other 4. Is that too risky? I want to get at least 1. Nah. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. Uh-oh. Four. Oh boy. So we are definitely getting 2 purples right away. Well, this can go here. That can be manipulated up to a 5. So what do I have that I can change to any color actually before I start? Do I have a white to any color? I have any color to red or white. I have a red to any color. Decrease black or purple. I should have an any color to a 5, right? Oh, but I don't have purple, so I need to roll. I'm not gonna mess around. Let me put all this stuff out here. I'm just gonna go for the 2 purples. And then see what I need to do to manipulate stuff. That's not even the right card. It's Banish, not Glaive. Although Glaive might come into play. It will. So Glaive, I can manipulate 2 purples, up or down 1 each. And we will go down 1 and down 1. Cover the 3 and the 5. Now, can I get it done without using a bonus play over here? Any color, and this is just a whatchamacallit, a discard card. Any color to red or white. I mean, I could change that white one to a red one. Do I have red manipulation in here, up and down? Where's my any color to a 5? It's over here, I think. Try not to use a bonus play. But I might have to. Decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2. I could take this blue one down to a 1 to cover that one, but then the red 5. Still means I would need a bonus play from this side. Get a random and set it to 5. I could re-roll. I could flip a white. That doesn't help me. Any color to a 6. Bummer. I really don't want to use a bonus play, but I think I'm going to have to. Oh well. Okay, any color. I'm sorry. Switch anything to a red or white. I'll change that one to a red. And then my spiked club to change this to a 5. All right. Discard cards back. That cost me a bonus play. I'll flip those. Dice go back. We get 2 experience. That's 1, 2. What were we even doing? Oh, yeah, the soldiers were fighting each other. Only got 1 item. Back to the book. We get to flip the rest token. I knew there was something else. E4. The soldiers lay down their swords and immediately begin to feel better. They thank you and wander back to their boat. King's favor +1. It's sad, really, says Elsephor. Once they find out you've escaped from Kolbak, they'll be back here to round you up or kill you. Your compassion is wasted on them. But you know what? We all have room for growth. What you need is a change in personality. E12. Elsephor vanishes and then appears again behind one of the market stalls, now decorated with a colorful sign that reads, Elsepfor's Personality Shop. Step right up, calls Elsephor. For a few gold, you can also be the owner of some fine personality traits. Some fine new personality traits. You find several small ice slugs climbing up the side of Elsepfor's market stall. Spawn of any ice worm from another plane, he says. Spawn of an ice worm. Here you should have one. Elsephor places one on your shoulder. Reveal Discovery card 66. Interesting. When am I going to get the chance to like try to kill this guy or something? Ice Slug. So for 1 fatigue, we can use the Ice Slug. How is our Ice Slug going to get along with our Starfish? Oh, there's a picture of it right here. Shuffle the trait deck and reveal 2 cards. Place them face up next to the adventure map to create a market. While at location E, you may buy cards from this market for their price. If your Dragul favor is higher than your King's favor, it's not. The price of each card in this market is decreased by 2. If you buy a card, add it to one player's hand. If your entire party is exhausted, mark the death track, it's not. So now we can buy a trait from the market, use an item, rest, or move to another location. Okay, so let's get the trait deck out, create a little bit of a market. One, two. Ooh. Got greedy. Any color to black or green. You can't see the green because of the green screen. Discount for Dragonkin, which we are not. This is also a discount for Dragonkin. A 3 or 4 to any color. That costs 8. I think I like the I think I like this card, so I'm not going to buy anything right now. See if I get a couple more gold somewhere. It's not a throwaway card either. Or I mean a spent card. Sorry, there's so much reading in this game. I had to take a drink of water. So, we're either at buy a trait, use an item, rest, or move to another location. Let's take a look at our starfish. Is 68. You set your starfish on the side of the market stall near the ice slugs. It seems nervous at first, while the slugs slowly gather around it, but soon it has made many friends. You see, says Elsifor, it's not so hard to get along once we know each other. Aw. How about we take a look at our ice slug? Cost of fatigue. You inspect the ice slug closely. It's cool in your hand and a wonderful contrast to the incredible heat of the swamp. You let it crawl across your brow and feel refreshed. Each player return 3 stamina from your fatigue box to the supply. Sweet. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. Well, should we go see if our slug does anything at the Froghen Temple? Sure, we'll go back to the temple. That's D. If there's no XP, go to D1. In a simple stone temple surrounded by giant mangrove roots, the broken face of the Froghen god Berglap stares up at you from the ground. So we're going to use an item, our slug, see if it does anything here. That is 66. You let the ice slug roam over the fragments of the idol's face that are piled on the floor. It finds the Froghen god's mouth open and crawls inside. The jaws of the god clamp down as if to eat the slug, but then spits it back out again. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. So that didn't do anything. Maybe we could try it at the Mangrove, but I don't know. Let's just go up to the Ancient Observatory. We haven't been there yet. We're gonna stop at this thing along the way. Oh, great, and that's the dudes again. And now we have the keyword evade, so I don't know if we can get away from them twice. So if we have the keyword evade, we go to 6-46. Your journey across bog route brings you to a low dip in the route path where you find yourself surrounded once again by construct guards from Kolbak. Their ranks are tight and they entertain no conversation. Okay, now we have a combat with 2 modifiers, Swarm of and Dangerous Construct. Not good. Swarm of and Dangerous. Rewards cannot be gained unless all dice slots are covered. Whatever. I think Swarm of is worse. During the first round of this combat, the combat dice limit is reduced by 3. I get 1 die. Are you kidding me? Well, we're playing cards to get dice. That's for dang sure. Uh, 7. There's not too much damage here. There's a 0 slot. That must be an any. Just any blue die. So there's a blue 3 and a red 2. I might just go random because I can get my familiars for some of these. We've got red and blue, we've got white and black and blue actually. But that's 3 card plays just to get familiars out. I think I'll get a blue for my 1 dice limit because of Swarm of. All right. I'm gonna go with Cursed Raven and my bear for 1 card play on each side. White and black. We got a 4 and a 6. So I can play Spellbook on this one as a white die to take it to 5, and then I can cover the black square. And I've got I guess Ancestral Blade. How am I going to get a... Oh, wait, I have an increase of blue in here, I think. How am I going to get a red 2? Anything to red or white. I'm going to do Steadfast, anything to red or white, to change this to red, then Spiked Club with a bonus play to make it to a 2, so our red 2 is covered. Now I've got Ancestral Blade with a bonus play here to take this 4 to a 5, and then I can cover that. And then I'm just going to have to take some damage. These are discards, not spent. So we've got 1, this is a 0, so 1, 2, 3 each. I'm at 4, so we would go to 7. And I'm at 3, so we would go to 5. So next round, I'm back to my dice combat limit of 4. I'll get a white. Because during the first round of this combat, dice limit is reduced by 3. Rewards shall begin. Yeah. All right, so that's white. And I'm just going to draw random because I have a blue familiar that can just cover anything. I'm pretty sure that means anything can go there. If it's just open and blank like that. Indicated color can be any value, yeah. Right, I still have a blue. Is it a blue familiar? Shadow Drake is black and blue in case if I don't pull a blue die from the bag. With a dice combat limit of 4, I draw 3. Okay, good. So any blue is fine. I've got a green to any color. Well, let me flip it first with Subvert 5 to a 2. And then somewhere I have a green to any color. Right here, Honorable is green to any color. Would be white. Now, do I want to play Heart's Blood? I think not, because we're going to be resting anyway. And that seems like it'd be the only one I'd want to do. So we're good. All right, discarded cards back, but not spent cards. It seems like Newton might have the better deck at the moment. Okay, so that's an XP. There's 2 XP and 2 gold on here. And we did cover everything, so we do get it. Right. Hey, look at that. We've got 8 gold now. 2, 4, 6. Yes, I want to go back and buy this card. That is something that's happening. That is happening. The only thing, though, is if I could save that money. Yeah, but this is such a good card. Any 3 or 4 to any color. It's too good, right? I mean, that's why it's expensive. Anyway, one thing at a time. So this is done. You knock them all into the swamp, 6-47. By now you're familiar with all of the construct's maneuvers, so you defeat them with ease. You pause to enjoy this moment of ease and freedom, knowing that this will not be the last of Kolbak's efforts to recapture you. Return this encounter token to the game box. Okay. Rest, move to the next location on your path. So we keep going to C. This adventure seems kind of long. There's no XP, but there is, so we take it. I don't even know how to do what I'm supposed to do yet. The roots of the mangrove used to extend to this island, but they have been sawed off several feet from the shore. Their stumps painted with the eye of the starlit door. Within the observatory, you find that the domed ceiling and walls are still painted with the mural of the heavens, marking each constellation. The great lenses, once used by the ancients to observe celestial... You know what? Hang on a second. Before I continue reading this, I should have rested first. Sorry. Before I even continue reading that, I need to do my rest. So let's flip this. I'm at 8 and 6. We're just going to do 2. Because I need my bonus play tokens back. It doesn't really matter. I'll go one at a time over here first. 10, that's everything. 3, 2, 4. We need one more here. And over here. 9. There were 6. So 1, 2, 2, 1. We need 1 right here. Bonus play. Bonus play. And spent cards. Okay. The great lenses, once used by the ancients to observe celestial movements, have fallen and cracked. Statues of Froghen villagers pose in states of surprise among the chunks of broken glass. As you marvel at the work of the ancients, you hear the sounds of an animal sniffing around in a dark corner of the observatory. Something has detected your presence. Charge at the sound as combat, or hide and see if you can sneak up on it. I always like to do those things. You hold still and attempt to hide yourself from a pair of red eyes searching the dark. Concealment 2. Two black, a green, a white, and a white or purple. We're not the best in these things. I should probably get 2 black. I don't have a way to get black. And then we'll go with 1 green. And how about a white? A white, a green, 2 black, and I need two more dice. See, greedy would actually be really good too. Any die, 2 black or green. Over purchased on the black dice. 6, 5, and 1. Well, this is terrible. This is no good at all. That green I can make. This is no good. The green I can make white or purple. I guess it doesn't matter. All right, so I need to check. I have like some, I think, decrease black dice or something. That's decrease blue or green. Decrease a black or purple die by 1 or 2. How am I going to do this? Maybe I have to get the Cursed Raven out. I could re-roll. I really need some more armor. Increase a black or purple die by 1 or 2. Oh, okay, here we go. This is good. We will increase the 1 to a 3. Then we will decrease the 5 to a 4. We got to have a green flip in here. We do have a green flip, 5 to 2. Okay, now we're cooking. Gonna have to use some bonus plays. I hope I don't have to do combat after this though. That would not be good. How am I gonna get a white 2? Five to any color doesn't help me. Spellbook, I can make a... Well, I can flip and then increase this one, and then I can make something. Runic Pendant allows me to either re-roll or flip a white die. Okay, so that's my other free one here. We'll flip this to a 1. We'll spellbook for a bonus play. It up to a 2. Now we need a 5. I have any color to green or white here. So I need to Spiked Club for another bonus play. this green, or I mean, sorry, this red to a 5, and then change it to white with another bonus play. None of those were spent cards. That's nice. So no spent cards, but I went through most of my bonus plays. That's 2. The dice go in there. Flip this back. All right. So we're concealed. I just hope there's not a combat now. You're silent and unseen. C6. You hide behind the ruined frame of the observing lens and wait in silence, watching the eyes. You see them search the observatory, finding nothing, and then lower themselves to the floor and close. Soon you hear the deep breathing of a sleeping creature. Feeling your way forward, you discover the long body of a basilisk coiled near one of its eggs. You heard basilisk eggs can fetch a good price from the right buyer. It is slimy and smells awful, but you tuck it into your bag. Your movements wake the sleeping creature, who is startled and scurries off, seeking a safer place to build her nest. Reveal Discovery card 97. Basilisk egg. It's a free item to use. Okay. You discover an indentation in the wall that is shaped like a 5-pointed star and set in the crown of the constellation Marin, the dragon goddess of the sea. If your starlit door favor is 3 or higher, you may study the mural of the heavens more closely. We can also use an item, rest, or move to another location. Well, we're going to study it more closely because our starlit door favor is a 5. If you have the keyword sky, which we do not, since your youth, you've known that each star in the sky is a window into another world. If there were a giant tall enough to reach the heavens, it could peer into every realm of the planiverse. Azima the Benevolent framed those windows, arranging them in constellations that represent the pantheon of dragon gods, in whose image she forged Ulos, and in whose name she brought order to the planiverse. Looking at this mural of the heavens, you feel drawn skyward. Something deep within you knows that the gate of Brazor Wall will soon open. Azima will return, and Ulos will be rejoined with all the worlds behind those stars. You feel inspired, connected. The stars of the mural begin to glow, reflecting the radiance you feel emanating from within. Choose a player. Increase your charisma attribute score by 1 and add 1 stamina to your charisma attribute row. So I don't know if I can go above 4 right now, even with these kind of things. And I forgot to check off that we did that. No, we did not do that, actually. We got hit points, that's right. Oops. I was thinking about doing that, but I didn't. I'm at 4 over here already. So I'll just take 1 here. Record the keyword sky. Now we can use an item, rest, or move to another location. Well, clearly the 5-pointed star is going to be our starfish. Excuse me. Let's look at our basilisk egg first. 97. You inspect the basilisk egg. It really does smell horrid. Want to taste? It says, yep, choose 1 player to lick the basilisk egg. I don't think that's happening. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. Let's use another item. The starfish is free. You try to press the starfish into the indentation in the wall. It's the perfect size, but it wriggles its arms and won't stay still long enough to fill the space. How about we use it in connection with our slug? It settled down. They settled down when they were playing before, right? Wait, what are our options? Hang on, 68. Should I rest first? Take my bonus tokens back? Now we'll just do it. So it's 66.68. You let your starfish and ice slug explore the ancient observatory together. They find a private corner and have a little chat. Use another item, rest, or move to another location. They have a private chat? Okay. I guess we'll rest to get our bonus play tokens back, because I think we're going to need to go... what do we do with this basilisk egg? The market? It's an abandoned market, though. Back to the village, we got to go through an encounter. Let me rest first. I need my bonus plays back. I'm using 1 XP for... 2, 2, 1, 3, and that's all 5. 2, 2, 4, 4, 1. Cards are back. Flip this. I thought I only had 5. Maybe not. So now here's the question. Which of these 2 cards do I want? 3 or 4 to any color means I could make a 3 or 4 black or green. Or I could change any color to black or green. Well, I'm going to the market. E. There's no XP, go to E1. Elsephor appears inside his personality shop, ready to alter your mind for a bit of gold. I do want to buy a trait. And I think I'm going to take Resolute. See, but Greedy is a discard card. But a 3 or 4 to any color? That seems too good to pass up, so that's all my gold. Let's see what we can do with the Basilisk egg here, if anything. 97. You set the slimy basilisk egg on Elsephor's counter. He looks at it lovingly. How did you know? He asks. I absolutely adore raw basilisk egg. He scoops some of the slime from its side and swallows it whole. He ate the slime. Gained 2 XP. Okay. But we still have the egg, because he just ate the slime. Should I have ate the slime? Let's go to the Mangrove. Purged, heresy, greed, indifference, no. There's no XP, go to B1. Elsephor floats listlessly around the base of the mangrove. Well, he asks, have you finally come to free me from this wretched tree? We've done the starfish here. Basilisk egg, 97. Place the mucus-covered basilisk egg at the base of the giant mangrove. It's really gross, and the heat of bog root amplifies its smell. But people say these things are valuable, so you put it back in your bag. I mean, we haven't tried the ice slug. It's only 1 fatigue. 66 here. You sit against the trunk of the giant mangrove and press the ice slug to your forehead. In the horrible heat of bog root, the cooling touch of the creature is wonderfully refreshing. Each player returned 3 stamina. Actually, did I try that there? Use another item, rest, or move to another location. I don't know what else to do. Unless I try, should I combine the slug and the egg? 6697, let's just see what it says here. 6697. The ice slug crawls over the slimy basilisk egg. Its freezing touch hardens the slime for a moment, but it smells no better. No, that did nothing. Okay, so I guess we go back to the village and see if any of these items... What did I miss? Back to here. 6-1. In this oppressive heat, the work of climbing up and down the mangrove roots is hard work. You pause to swat the bugs gathering to bite at the back of your neck and spy a rat folk woman eyeing you nervously from the top of a rise in the root path. The woman holds a small knife and a wide metal bowl. She points her blade in your direction and instructs you not to approach her. I don't want any trouble, she says. Tell me this, so I know where you stand. Are you a friend to the Froghen, or to the shadow that torments them? Tell her you're friends to the Froghen, 6-7. But that Froghen bullfrog guy was not happy with her. The rat folk woman's face sours when you announce your allegiance to the Froghen. You hear sounds of claws scrambling up the sides of the root path from below you, and soon you're surrounded by rat folk, all brandishing knives. Our quarrel is not with you, says the woman holding the metal bowl. The Froghen stole this from our people hundreds of years ago, and they are getting their just punishment now. We do not know you and hold no grudge against you. Apologize and attempt to make peace. 6-17. The rat folk woman sets her bowl down and fills it with swamp water. All the other rat folk sit around her with their eyes closed. The rat folk woman invites you to join them and then rings the bowl like a bell with a stick. It vibrates wondrously, making a hauntingly beautiful sound that modulates with the motion of the rippling water. Introspection 2. Blue, green, green, white, and red. We're going to get 2 blue. Oh, no, I've got familiars if I don't get blue dice. So I'm going to buy 1. I probably do need to buy the 2 greens, though. Then I'm just going to go random for the other 3. Oh boy. I do have green to any color. Blue 2 is good. I need... Is it a double green or is it a single green? I thought I had green manipulation. I can decrease a blue or green die by 1 or 2, like that one, to a 3, and then I've got green flips. I do have green flips. There's a green flip. from a 6 to a 1. I can make anything a red or white, so I might as well just do that. Three or four to any color. Oh, I should play 3 or 4 to any color on this one. Decrease that one by 2 to make that the blue. Wait, I have a green to any color. That's not a spent, right? Yeah. Let me just go back to what I was looking for. I was looking for my change anything to red or white. Here we go. I'm just going to do that now and change anything to red or white. Red and white. So we'll just do this one to decrease the 5 by 2 to the 3 because it's green. We'll flip this 6 to a 1 here. And then I don't have to use any bonus plays either. This is good. Green to any color. All right, done. These were not spent cards. No bonus plays were used. We got 2 XP. That was a good one. And it was quick. 6-49. A sense of great peace flows through you, and the tone of the bowl hums quietly for several moments. You wish it would never end. When it finally fades completely, you notice the buzz of insects has ceased. It's as if all of the nature were listening to the sound. The swamp water in the bowl, once murky and foul, is now crystal clear and sweet-smelling. All take a sip from it and are refreshed. Each player roll 2 dice and return stamina from your fatigue box to the supply equal to the result. Add a bonus play token to the party journal, ignoring the usual limit. Sweet, and then we can rest or advance. So 2 dice here, 6, there's only 5. And 2 dice here, as long as it's not snake eyes, because there's only 3. We don't get to fill that stuff, but we get an extra bonus play token. That's cool. Now back to A. Do we have anything we can do here? There's no XP. Mugbuck sits by the shore eating passing insects. She welcomes you. Use an item, rest, move to another location. I mean, the basilisk egg, I guess. 97. You show Mugbuck the basilisk egg covered in foul-smelling mucus. Oh no, she says, that won't do at all. You'll have to find somewhere to burn all that slime off. It's no use to me otherwise. Find somewhere to burn all that slime off. Oh, the Kingsguard Camp? Kingsguard Camp, there was a cooking fire. Yeah. I'm not even going to mess around. I'm just going to go there. There's no other encounters on the board. So we go to F. The shore is empty and quiet. The vacant tents of the Kingsguard rustle in the breeze. A lone cooking fire still smolders. Okay, 97. You place the basilisk egg onto the hot coals, and the slimy coating around it begins to dry and flake away, revealing a lovely light blue shell underneath. Return 97 to the discovery deck. Reveal discovery card 83. Yes. You gotta watch for the little clues. 97. 83. Baked basilisk egg. That's some pretty nice art. If I could put it where you could see it, right? All right. Back to the village. Still no cost to do this. A83. You show Mugbuck the baked basilisk egg, all clean and pretty. Oh yes, she says with uncharacteristic enthusiasm. That'll do nicely. A2. Mugbuck hops quickly into her hut with the baked basilisk egg and returns a moment later with a blue potion.
A potion of purification, she says. This is just what we needed. Pour this at the base of the mangrove. She hands it to you and wishes you luck. May Burglap be with you. Return discovery card 83 to the discovery deck and get discovery card 73. What was our starfish for? It didn't fit in the slot at the Ancient Observatory. Potion of Purification costs 1 to use. We haven't used our Ice Slug for anything yet either. Use an item, rest, or move to another location. Well, let's use our Ice Slug here. Because we haven't been back to the village with that yet, so Mugbuck inspects your Ice Slug with some interest. I've never seen anything like this, but I think I have an idea. A96. Mugbuck hops to her hut. You hear the grind of mortar and pestle from within. Mugbuck returns sometime later. Not my best work, she says, but it should do the trick. Return discovery card 66. Okay. So it looks like we definitely did need to come back to the village with all this stuff. And reveal card 70. Freezing elixir. That's what we're going to use, the freezing elixir on the starfish at the observatory. Colonel Mustard with the starfish in the observatory. It's always Colonel Mustard, right? Or Mrs. Peacock. There you go. Freezing elixir. Costs 1 to use. Sorry to make you work and run, but I'm trying to finish this mission. C. Observatory. Hopefully that Basilisk isn't back. There is no XP. Inside the observatory, indentation marks the absence of a large 5-pointed star. If it's 3 or higher, it is... if you have the keyword sky, go to C9. In the mural, you see the Pantheon of Dragon Gods. Use an item. Okay, so we're going to use the starfish, which is 68, with the freezing elixir, which is 70. So we're going to read 68. 70. You pour your freezing elixir over the starfish, and it stiffens into a rigid 5-pointed star, which fits perfectly into the indentation in the wall. C35. You hear a click, and then a grinding of gears. A door opens in the wall before you and leads you into an ancient Dragolium chamber. The earth shakes, the air crackles with green energy, and you catch a whiff of summer breezes blowing through tall prairie grass. Before you, a leather sack rests on a pillar. Inside the sack, you find a set of oversized knuckle bones, carved with runes, an ancient tool for divination. The bones hum quietly and glow when you touch them. You quickly tuck them into a Dragolium chainmail sack. Earth and air are still again. The smell of warm grass lingers. Return discovery cards 68 and 70. So now I think we just need to go back to the mangrove with this potion. I'll deal with those later. Reveal rare card 44. Oh, man. That's slightly upsetting. Although it's cool. Any color to a 3. So I put that other card over here, so I might as well put this one over here. Then we use another item, rest, to move to another location. We're just going to move to the mangrove, and now it's probably confrontation with the demon. That and that. B73. You pour the potion of purification over the roots of the giant mangrove. The fluid sinks in, and the roots start steaming. B21. The earth shakes, the water across all of Bugroot ripples, and Elsevier suddenly leaps from the trunk of the mangrove, swelling to twice its normal size. You've done it, cries Elsephor. Aren't you clever? Now let's see how you did with my little tests. Record the keyword purged. Purged. Return discovery card 63. If you have 2 or more of the following keywords, look, deep, and within, B12. No. Otherwise, B16. Elsephor shakes his head. It's sad, really, he says. I had hoped you would amount to something, but you're no better than the rest. Elsephor towers over you as his smoke grows dense and menacing. His claws extend like daggers, and he lunges for your chest. We're not playing legendary mode, so we're just going to combat Elsephor. Enemy 11. Enemy 11. Oh boy. Quite a bit on here. 2 white, a purple, 2 red, a blue, and 2 black. At least one of the blacks can be any number. So what do we got? A 2 damage, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3. So we need a red, a blue, black, and a purple. We'll buy 1 red. We'll buy a black. I'm glad we got extra bonus play right now. And let's not get a purple because we can use our card to get a purple. Do I just go random here? So I'm thinking about getting my familiars out because these are like all the colors of my familiars. I think I'm just going to go random for 2 more dice. My combat limit is 4. Green and purple. Well, at least green I can change to anything. Any color, that is. All right. Well, purple 2 is good. We're going to need to use that 5 or any color to a 5 because that's a 4 damage spot. So Onyx Cube is spent. Any color to a 5 covers the 4 damage spot. Let's get some familiars out before I start messing with anything else. We get the Cursed Raven, and I guess we use a bonus play for the Shadow Drake. No, before I start using bonus plays, let's just get the Ice Bear out over here. Okay, we'll get our Ice Bear and Raven. Okay, we got a 1 and a 3. The 1 covers a 2 damage spot. Do I have, let's see, 3 or 4 to any color? I really need the blue to get covered. So I can get a random to a 5, any color to a 6. So any color to a 6 to cover that 3 damage spot. Now we're on to bonus plays. Green to any color. Let's go with white, I guess. Wait, I can manipulate white quite a bit, so let's go with red. And that's a bonus play. Can I make that black a 4? I don't think. Oh yes, here we go. Unholy Flail is another bonus play. Increase a black or purple. By 1 or 2. Now I just need any black and a white 6. Do I have a white to any color? I have any color to white, right? I think I got this in one round. I got 3 bonus plays left. Do I just take the damage? What is it? 1, 2, 3 damage. And I have to lose 2 from my attribute rows. I think I'm just going to go to the next round. So it's 3 damage from there. So I'm at 5. That'll take me to 8. And I'm also at 5 over here. We have to lose 2 out of here. That's fine. Because of this. Now I'm just going to go random 4. Okay. I was going to play the familiar, but I got the familiar because it's got black in it, so that can just go there. And then I have an any color to white, right? I don't even think I need to worry about that. Any color to red or white with steadfast. With this 6. Hey. Did it. Gain rewards for all the covered spots. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 XP and 1 gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You withstand his attack, be 19. Elsephor is startled by his own defeat. I really am impressed, he says. I can't wait to see what you do next. With that, he vanishes in a wisp of black smoke. So -1 Dragul favor, +1 Kingsguard, and +1 Starlit Door. Reveal title card 50, and your quest is complete. So we can go to the end. I don't have any other items or anything else that I want to do. I don't have enough gold to buy this. So we will just go to the end. After I reveal title card 50. Elsephore's Banisher. In Bogroot Swamp, you struck down the demon Elsephor. Elsephor does not seem to hold grudges, but he's not likely to do you any favors if you meet again. And we'll go to the end. You head northeast from Bogroot Swamp, following close to Stonespine Ridge, which keeps you mostly out of sight. Even so, you sense that the hounds of Kolbak are still on your trail. Unless you can find some place to hide, it's only a matter of time before they drag you back to prison again. After many days of travel, you must leave the shelter of Stonespine Ridge and walk through open farmland. Every small town you pass through is plastered with wanted posters bearing your name and description. You take to walking at night and hiding during the day. As you travel, you reflect on your time in Bogroot. If we have Devil's Bond, despised by demon, Elsephore's Banisher, yes. You freed Elsephor from the giant mangrove and bested him in battle, freeing the Froghen villagers from Elsephore's tests. Now that the shadow is loose in the world, perhaps he'll think twice about challenging you if you ever meet again. Frog God's Folly? No. Triumph of the Faithful, yes. You are sure the faithful Froghen woman will be glad to have Bogroot free of Elsephor. She seemed intent on saving her priest, even though he was clearly corrupted by Elsephor. You wonder if Froghen healing rituals are powerful enough to drive off a demon's spell, or if a priest who failed the demon's test could ever be trusted again. Ice World Ambassador, yes. Somewhere in Ulos, there swims a strange creature from another world that you helped to the water. Imagine living on a plane of ice, never having seen liquid, and then swimming with such natural skill. You wonder where the many-eyed being will swim next, or if it will ever find its way home. Grick's Soldier. General Grick trusts in you will not last. News of your supposed crime will have reached him by now, and you can only imagine his rage. Grick is the type who would rather have you cut his face than lie to it. You pray your paths never cross again, or that you can clear your name before you can see him. Conclusion. In time, you arrive at the outskirts of Falindor, a small city that borders the Forgotten Forest. Rumor has it that the woods beyond Falindor are full of unruly spirits who guard the long-lost castle Carlival, a great wonder built thousands of years ago with satyr magic. If you can find it, you can rest until the hound gangs and bounty hunters give up their search. With Kolbak's agents at your heels, you press onward through the streets of Falindor. Each player, you may now advance your characters and clean up the adventure. Okay, just like before, I will decide what I want to do with that huge pile of XP over there and come back for Adventure 6. We're 2.5 hours in, it looks like already, so I'm not going to hang out and talk too much about it. But again, I'm still enjoying this game. My decks are getting pretty big, lots of cards to do stuff with. So I hope you enjoyed this adventure, Adventure 6, and everything that I post on the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.